This last weekend, I had a darts tournament. I got my first 170 out, and I also threw the 2 best matches that I've thrown in the last year. So I'm just hopping on here to do a small little recap of that, and also I want to start hopping on here more and start talking about updates of my darts again. I was doing that a lot in the past, and I felt like it helped me become a better player because I was recognizing my strengths and weaknesses. And I also hope that me talking about my struggles will help you guys get better as well. So I'm hoping to do one video about every 1 to 2 weeks giving updates on my darts, and in the comments down below, I want you guys to give me updates on your darts. So go down there and tell me how your darts have been going. And before we get into this little recap, guys, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up down below. Alright, let's get into it. So going into this tournament, it was a Dart Players of Chicago tournament, and I felt like I was coming out of my slump after that CDC event, so I was really excited to go to this. I have not been too excited to go to any of these Dart Players of Chicago events because, well, 1, my darts haven't been too good, but 2, they switched it to a round robin format, which I am just not a big fan of. With having my confidence back and finally feeling good on the dartboard after the CDC weekend, I was actually super excited to go to this tournament, and it was also in my hometown. So, you know, growing up in my small little town, I never threw darts there out in public. That is where I started throwing darts, in the basement of my dad's house when I was a kid. But being able to go back up there and throw a tournament there is just the craziest thing because it's just a small little town in northern Illinois. So that always excites me too. And I felt really good just driving up there. I got on the warm-up boards, feeling good. I'm feeling happy, you know, just finally throwing good darts for the first time in a year. And since it's a round robin, 7 people on a board. So that means I had 6 matches. I had to play against 6 different people. And every person that you play 3 legs. The winner of the cork starts the first and third leg, and the loser of the cork only starts the second leg. So there's a lot of pressure on winning the cork in these round robin events. I lost the cork in my first round. So, you know, I was feeling good and I ended up losing the cork. And now that I know I'm gonna have to break the throw at least once so I can score 2 of these 3 points and then, you know, eventually hopefully get into the bracket. I've only made the bracket 1 time in one of these events, so you know, it's been frustrating. So when I started like that, it didn't bother me too much, but I did realize that I was gonna have to fight back. And long story short, I ended up losing 0-3. So I lost all 3 legs in the first leg, or the first match of my round robin. And in one of those legs, I think I missed about 15 darts at a double. At one point, I had 2 left, and I went up there, first dart, I hit an 18 and bust. And then the next time I went up, I threw at that double 1 with my first dart again and hit a 20 and bust. So now, after that, I'm thinking, here we go again. My darts aren't gonna be good again, and now I'm starting to get frustrated with myself. But then I remembered what I did at the CDC, and that was I just relaxed and threw without any care in the world. And that's what I did after that. You know, I told myself, if I'm gonna make the round robin, I told myself I'm gonna have to win every single leg the rest of the way. Now, could I have made it out of the round robin without doing that? Yeah. But my mentality that I gave myself was I have to win every single leg the rest of the way, and I'm just gonna relax and throw my darts and not care. So that's exactly what I did. So I lost my first one, 0-3, and then my next 5 matches, I ended up winning all 3 legs of those, so I won 15 straight legs, and I ended up winning my board. And real quick, before we get into the bracket talk, this is where I got my first 170 out. I've had many looks at a 170 out and have wired that bullseye so many times. In this situation, I don't think I had to go for the 170, but, you know, I just wanted to. And another thing too is that they do a high out at these tournaments. And earlier today, I saw out of the corner of my eye, my good friend Trevor, who I talk about all the time on this channel. We shoot doubles all the time. And I saw him take out a 161 about 20 minutes earlier. And when I saw that, I was like, shoot, I was really hoping I could take out a big out, but Trevor to 161, it's like, he's gonna win the high out. So when I had that 170 left, I had a little extra motivation to take it out. Let's go for it right here, actually. Outside. So I had a little extra motivation to take it out. And like I said, once I relaxed and started throwing after that 0-3 loss, the darts were going really good. So I ended up taking out the 170. I was super excited about it, and I ended up getting the high out, which was nice. And yeah, so that's pretty much it with the 170. Let's go for it again here. 2 looks at it in a row. Oh gosh, way outside again. Can't even hit a 25. So now after the round robin, we finally get to the bracket where I can finally play some long format darts. One of my biggest gripes about the round robin is that you play 3 legs and then you have to wait. Play 3 legs, wait, play 3 legs, wait. It is impossible to get in any kind of rhythm. So I'm just not a big fan of that. So when I finally did make the bracket, I was excited because I can finally play some long format darts. And the first match I get called is against Brian Fenlon. And Brian Fenlon is another player I talk about quite a bit on here. He is a beast of a darts player. And I was watching his darts earlier in the day. So I knew I was gonna have to turn up big for this match. And I started feeling better than ever in that match than I felt in a very long time. Kind of like when I was playing against JT, I just kind of felt like I was going to put my darts in their target. I didn't feel like I was aiming. I felt like I was just gonna put my darts in there. And this match was my best match that I have thrown in at least a year. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that it was against Fenlon and I knew I was gonna have to turn up big, and he threw an 85 against me. So that match was the 2 highest averages of the whole tournament. I had an 86, which was the highest average, and then Fenlon had the 85, which was the second highest average. So it was a very high quality match. From here, I'm feeling good. Now I'm going into my next match and I'm playing Jason Wilbur. And going into this match, I have a lot of confidence and I'm really excited to get going. And yeah, so we ended up throwing, I ended up with an 82, but I ended up losing to Jason 77. So the thing with averages is that they're just numbers. At the end of the day, what matters is getting the win. And there's so many times that I've won matches with, of course, a higher average. But there's been plenty of times where I've won matches where I'm averaging 10 points less. So I don't put all of my faith in the numbers and averages. But since I'm coming out of this slump still, it is important to me just to kind of get a gauge on where I'm throwing. But the biggest thing in this match was my doubles. When I was playing against Brian Fenlon, my doubles were a lot better, and that's why I was able to hold that 86 average. Against Jason, I had a lot more missed doubles, and had I hit just a couple of those quicker, I think I would have ended up around the 86 to 88 number again. But the biggest thing that killed me is that we went all the way down to a deciding leg. I mean, first of all, I missed a couple doubles to go up 2 legs earlier in the match, but we were basically neck and neck the whole time. So we get down to the deciding leg. I forget exactly what the darts were, but I was down in and out, I think after 12 darts. So I was on pace for a really good leg, feeling good. I'm at 32. He's still, I think, in like the low 200s, maybe high 100s. So I got 3 clear at double 16. I go up there, I miss. Okay, so now I'm like, shoot, here we go again. Double trouble. It's been my doubles that have been my biggest killer. So that kind of gave me a little confidence hit. So now Jason gets down. I think now he's in the 70s. But once again, I'm coming up with 3 clear darts at a double. Now I'm shooting at that double 4. And sometimes when I throw at that double 4, I cannot tell you how many times I have hit the 13 and busted it on my first or second dart. Never do I go high and hit the 18. It's always a low dart that hits that 13. So now I'm feeling a little extra pressure going into this because I'm like, shoot, double 4 is the one that I bust, and sure as heck, I go up there, miss. So I missed 6 match darts to win the match and go to the finals to play Trevor, who eventually ended up winning the tournament. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty much it. That's where my day ended. So I had that 82, and if I could just hit 1 or 2 more doubles in that match, I think I would have had a match better than my one before that. But you know, it is what it is. My doubles have been hard. I need to start working on that. My power scoring has always been my strength. Hitting big scores when I need them, you know, 180s, 140s, 120 plus shots. The thing is with my scoring, it helps me get down to the double faster. So when I find myself missing more doubles, I can afford to miss a couple more because a lot of times I'll get down to that double pretty quick. But when I keep missing doubles, it hurts the confidence. I miss more, and that's where it just kind of snowballs. So that's pretty much it, guys. That was the darts tournament, and like I said, even though I only made it to the semifinals, it was still a big success for me, and I'm taking it as a W because the fact I was able to throw that 86 and 82 and long format darts, I was getting to a point to where I thought I might never see the 80s ever again because I was feeling so uncomfortable. 65 to 70 just became normal for me, so to see those 80s again, not just for 1, but 2 matches for the first time in a long time. Like I said, I'm just taking that as a W moving forward, and I think I can officially say that I am out of this slump, and I'm so excited because there's some pretty big darts coming up, and this is around the time I wanted to turn back up because the tournaments I do have coming up are the ones I really want to perform well in. Alright guys, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Drop this video a thumbs up. Check out bullshotdarts.com for some Bullshot apparel. Free shipping. Check out magicwear.com for the Bullshot Darts jersey. Links for these will be down below. I'll see you guys in the next one, and shoot well.